On the set. Pete Criscione, what a thrill. Last time I saw you was at the Sports Hall of Fame, and one of those dinners you had a Jamestown Tarp Skunks hat on, and that's what we remember you as. You and your Tarp Skunks hat.
Okay, that was 2 years ago.
2 years ago, yeah. We captured it, man. That's now on our calendar.
Okay.
Yeah. Forget your brother. We don't need that. He's old news. And the other thing we found, and just found, is I had happened to have videotaped your introduction of David's induction into the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame. So it's now on YouTube. The whole world can see it.
I saw it.
What'd you think of yourself?
I was okay.
Did he critique you afterwards?
Nope, he says I was the best, so he just...
Good. Pete, tell me, we're going to get to know a little bit about you. Tell me a little bit about your mom and dad.
Oh, my dad was born and was raised in Westfield, New York, played basketball there. And my mother was raised in Fredonia. Mm-hmm. Both were a daughter and son of Italian immigrants. My dad's parents all came from Sicily, and my mom's parents came from Calabria in Italy.
Yeah. Did you speak Italian at home?
No. My folks only spoke Italian when they didn't want me to know something.
What did your dad do for a living?
My dad was all of my uncles, on both sides, worked for a while on the railroad when I first came here, and then my dad went to work in the steel plant, and he retired as he worked out of the storeroom at the Allegheny Ludlam.
And so you kind of grew up in a rail, steel, typical economy up there.
Yes, I did.
Yep. Are you the oldest, Pete?
I was the first grandchild.
Ah, okay. So you were spoiled.
Yes.
Did your dad and grandfather, were they involved in sports at all?
My dad was. My grandparents, no.
Yeah.
No, they came in their later years.
So, what your dad sports did he play?
My dad played basketball in high school.
Okay. And did he go to Dunkirk High School? Or
he went to Westfield.
Westfield. Oh, that's right. You said that. Yep. And so, what brought him to kind of the Dunkirk area?
Well, it was midway, I guess. We met my mom was from Fredonia, and he got the job at the steel plant, and so that's where we ended up. We lived on Washington Avenue for years, and that's where I live now, only a block away from from our homestead.
So you know the neighborhood.
Yes, I do.
What year were you born?
1938.
1938.
Yeah, I know. I'm 87.
You hide it well.
I wish I could feel it well.
And who were your siblings? We know David is in the audience here, but who were there others?
My brother Mike.
Right.
He was drafted by the Dodgers, and he played 4 or 5 years in the Dodger chain, and he got injured, so he dropped out. He became an engineer. And my brother, you know about my brother David.
Right.
My brother Richard is in Baltimore.
Okay. So it's the 4 boys.
Four boys.
Oh man, how did your mother deal with all that?
No problem.
Was she the disciplinarian?
No, Dad was.
Was he?
If you didn't obey, so I get out the belt. Just always a warning. But never took it out.
Never took, really? Yeah. Well, you knew he could, though.
Oh, yeah.
Did you go to public schools or did you go to Catholic church schools?
I went to the public schools. I went through Dunkirk public schools and graduated from Dunkirk High, and then went on to Fredonia.
You were born in 1938, and might have been too young for all that, but do you have memories of World War II?
Yes.
What do you remember that time period?
Well, I remember once when my dad got drafted, and he turned out that he was 4F. He thought when he came home, and then later on he had 80% of his stomach out because he had stomach ulcers. Mm. And also remember the end of the war, and we greeting the men that were coming back from the war up in Westville, because my uncles were in the war, and the Westfield High School band was there welcoming all of the people that were coming home. I gotta remember that vividly. And I also remember they're not good memories here. It was with where playing with it was just a little kid playing with the neighbor, and then seeing 2 soldiers come to his house. And you know what that meant.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, the son was his brother was missing in action.
And did they find him ultimately? I mean,
oh yeah, he was killed.
Yeah, that's traumatizing.
Yeah.
No matter what you're doing. Did your uncles ever talk about the war at all to you?
No, not until for friends of mine that I became friends with that were in the war, and my uncle who was in the war didn't talk about it until just about the last year of their lives, and then they let loose with some stuff that I don't really want to. It wasn't good.
Yeah. Well, it was hard for folks to talk about that. So did you since you were the oldest, how were you introduced to the world of sports? Was that the high school or the school system? No, we were just the neighborhood kids. It was back in the days where you're a little kid, you went out with the rest of the kids and you didn't come back until nighttime. I remember.
Yeah. And so that's where I was introduced, just with the kids in the neighborhood.
Was it organized at all, or just simply
Nope.
go to the sandlot?
They didn't have Little League or anything back then. They didn't have Little League until I was 12 years old. That was the first year that they had Little League.
Okay. And
it was only 4 teams, and it included Dunkirk and Fredonia. And they had a big parade, and they had on an open car. They had Bob Feller and Early Wynn and some of the other Cleveland Indian stars that came for the first game that was ever played.
One guy named Pete Criscione was on the athletic scene in 1949 when he was a member of the first Little League team from the Dunkirk, Fredonia, and was a starter on the All-Star squad. So in the beginning, you were a star.
Yes, I guess if you want to call it that.
What position did you play? Would you have a favorite?
I started off in Little League playing first base, and then I became a pitcher.
Okay.
And then eventually I went to a catcher.
And you were the influence on David to become a catcher?
I think I was. I'm not sure.
Okay. I think is he nodding back there, Randy? And then, so that was really the first year. Little League normally ends when you're age 12.
Yep.
And the next year you were a member of the first
Pony League team.
My golly.
And I was drafted by Dr. Nelson Wood. He was also my Little League, one of my Little League coaches. Mm-hmm. He was an assistant baseball coach at the college, and he also played professional ball. He played with the Rochester Red Wings. And he was an influence in my life. You can see he lived in Fredonia, and as a little leaguer, and within the Pony League, a little kid with his thumb out on the road to go to Fredonia for baseball practice.
Because you're living in Dunkirk, where are all these games being played? In Fredonia?
The games were played behind Silk Mill in Dunkirk. It's gone now. Yeah. That's where the games were played. The practice was at the college field because Doc Wood had it in over there. Yeah. So that's where we had our practices. So we played 2 years with the Pony League team, and then there was no place for us kids to play. So Doc Wood started the Dunkirk Fredonia rookies when we were 15, because you couldn't play Legion ball till you were 16, and we didn't have Major Little League yet. So we started the Dunkirk Fredonia rookies, and we played in the adult league, what later on became the Great Belt League.
At that age?
Yeah, at 15, we were the kids, and we didn't do bad. We didn't win it, but we did all right.
Do you remember some of the players that were part of that?
Oh yeah, there was Pete Patty, Bobby Mall. To name a few.
So you're in this now, and that's sort of an interim league before you get the Legion ball, which was age
16 to 18.
Yeah.
We never played Legion ball then, because we played with the rookies.
And the rookies, do you guys play on weekends or?
Weekends. Played in Cherry Creek. Played in Stockton. Played at Pine Valley.
Was baseball your principal sport?
Yes, it was. But I played 3 sports in high school and 4 sports in college.
Wow. So, who was early on? And so you no longer, baseball sort of ended formally with the rookie league. You didn't play Legion ball.
No, when I went on to college, I played for the college, and then I ended up managing the rookies when Doc Wood retired.
What college did you go to?
I went right to Fredonia.
Okay. What, was it known as the State University of Fredonia at the time? Or was
yes, it was.
Yeah.
Played 4 years there. I was a starter as a freshman.
Terrific. Now, the SUNY League itself, how far did you guys travel at that time?
Basically right within the state. Went to Buff State. We played UB. We even played Jamestown at the time. Geneseo, the state universities.
Tell me about Al Stuhlmiller.
Al it was his first year of coaching at Dunkirk. I was on his first team, on his basketball team, and on his first baseball team in Dunkirk. He was a avid coach.
Well, let's expand that. What's that really mean?
I mean, he was into every pitch. He was into every foul, every shot. Anything that went on, he was on it. And if you were sitting on the bench, you didn't want to sit next to him because his arms flailed. He was a great guy, though. We became great friends, and eventually I ended up coaching against him. And people thought we hated each other, and we didn't. We became very good friends. We went to New Year's Eve parties at my family's house together.
Mm-hmm.
We went out together. He was a great guy.
But you still wanted to beat him?
Still, oh yeah, there was great competition between he and I.
Now, what would be the context? You would be coaching what team at the time against him?
But
when you were...
I was coaching in Fredonia, and he was coaching at Dunkirk.
Oh, okay, got it. I see. Okay, and so how many years did you guys face each other?
I don't know what year now that he retired, but I know in '78 he was still coaching, because that was the year that us two teams, we won our sectionals, and Dunkirk won their sectionals. They had no state playoffs at the time, and we would finish with Class B. B would play the Class B2. We were B2. Dunkirk was B1, and that game was played at the college.
Oh wow!
But it was played at the college because Dunkirk had played. We were supposed to play a doubleheader. We were supposed to play the winner between Williamsville and Dunkirk over in Niagara Falls, but that game went 16 innings, and Dunkirk won. And we would have had to start a game at right around 11:30 at night, and so they changed the game to the college on the weekend, on a Saturday afternoon. That was in 1978. That was as far as you can go. There were no state playoffs at that time. That was a prelude to it, because they were working toward the state playoffs then. And we faced each other.
How did it end up?
We won in extra innings.
I love it. That was a beautiful pregnant pause. That was beautiful, Pete. I'm telling you. Just left it hanging out there. That was good. Real good. Yeah, I'm reading a little bit here on your bio at the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame. And it talks about Al, and that you were on the championship squads under Al, not only in baseball, but also basketball.
Right.
Where you played 4 years from 53 to 56.
Yes.
And was a starter on Al's first title squad.
Yep.
And as if that isn't enough, Criscione also played varsity football for 3 years, from 53 to 55, and was the leading rusher in 54 and 55. And you competed in track. Wow.
1 year.
You get time to study it all?
I had to.
Yeah. Or who was watching you, your mom or your dad, to make sure the studies got done?
Mom.
Mom? I just want to know. That's how mine worked, yeah. No question. And you were the leading rusher, so were you like a fullback or
I was left halfback.
left halfback?
I started as a sophomore at right half, and then in my junior year I went to left half. I played left half my junior and senior year.
And after graduation, you went to Fredonia State. Your stellar career continued. You were a 4-year starter in baseball and never batted below .420. And you still hold the highest batting average for a season with a .553.
Yeah, I had a good year.
Yikes! You know, today's world, they would have intentionally walked you. They would have never let you bat.
Yeah. Well, that's you know, in those days they didn't play two seasons like they do today. There was no fall season. It was just a spring season. So that's good. That the number of bats and the number of games played. We didn't play any double headers like they do today. So I got about 60 at bats, and that was it. So it'd be kind of tough to break now, because they count their averages for both seasons. That's a lot in a lot of games. And when you play more than the 20 games, the 20 or so games that we used to play, they play a lot more than that now every year, and just in the spring. But they play two seasons now. They play a fall and a spring schedule.
Still, 553 is 553.
Yeah.
Wow. And then Criscione's senior season saw him captain of the baseball, basketball, and soccer team. You were on the basketball squad all 4 seasons, was on the first Blue Devils soccer team in 59 when you were named to the All-State team. And in 1960, again, the All-State, and was an honorable mention All-American. We haven't even talked about your soccer career.
I had never played soccer before. Pat DeMoore, a few of us guys tried to get a football team at the college, and we had almost everybody in the college sign a petition. Even had the president of the college sign a petition to get a college football team. Mm-hmm. It got voted down by the college board. It was mainly a music school at that time, and they didn't. So guys would get hurt their fingers. If you have a concert coming up on the piano, bad lip for the trumpet players, trombone players, etc. So it got voted down, and Pat DeMoore came up and said, "Look, just get a few signatures, and we can have a preseason game in the spring, and we can have a soccer team." And he started the soccer team, and I was on it, the first soccer team the following year.
Pretty successful.
Had a good time.
Yeah. Holy cow. And then you graduate from Fredonia. What was your major?
Major was in social studies, okay. And I became a social studies teacher for years.
Where at Dunkirk?
For Fredonia.
Fredonia? Okay. So Fredonia was your world.
Yes.
And then, again, continuing to read this incredible resume, coaching-wise, you had plenty of experience on the high school level and at one time coached the JV soccer club at Fredonia State. You were the junior varsity basketball coach at the now defunct Dunkirk Industrial High School for 2 years, and then handled the varsity there in the following seasons, 63 to 64. You were a football assistant at Dunkirk High School, and also in 1961 was the junior varsity baseball coach at North Collins. You were the JV basketball coach at Fredonia Central School from 64 to 75, and the varsity basketball position in 1973 upon the passing of Roger Moore.
No, he didn't pass that.
Okay.
He had a heart attack that year, then he returned.
Okay. Retiring, okay. Was that normal in your mind's eye? Were you always going to be a coach?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I always wanted to be. My folks wanted me to be an engineer, but that wasn't in the cards for me.
So, at first, somebody had to give you a job. Who was the first person to say, "Pete, would you like to coach"? You remember that person?
It was me.
Raised your hand and said, "I'll do it"?
Yeah.
Okay.
I coached the JV baseball team the year that I taught at North Collins.
Okay.
And then I coached at Dunkirk. I coached as assistant football and football coach at Dunkirk, and then I became the JV basketball coach at Fredonia. And then the first JV team that they ever had at Fredonia, I became the JV coach for 7 years before I became the varsity coach.
How does one expand his abilities? I mean, you're coaching younger people. You're coaching in sports. This is not just baseball. It's not just soccer. I mean, you have the full spectrum of sports. How does one even keep up with all that?
Oh, you enjoy it.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. I even the one year I coached the little kids. The very first year that they had the soccer league for the kids in the area, and dummy, I thought I was going to teach them how to stay in their lanes and stuff like that, and realized that just let them have fun, because trying to teach them that this is where you're supposed to be and so on. The ball would go to one spot, and like 12 little chickens, they all arrived at the ball, but they were having a blast, and I thought that was the most important part. So I said, okay, I'm not going to be strict with this. I did it 1 year. This wasn't. I coached college soccer the 1 year, and that's when I was able to teach it a little bit. I coached soccer because Pat DeMoore retired, and it was when Tom Previtt then became the varsity soccer coach at the college, and this was when they had the very first freshman soccer team at the college, and so they asked me if I would do it. I did it the 1 year. The following year, Fredonia had asked me if I would be assistant football, and that to me that made more sense, because I had more qualifications in football, and also I wouldn't have to do all kinds of traveling to Potsdam and to all these other places, where I'd be right here in Chautauqua County, and it's right at the school that I was teaching at.
Yeah. So you're teaching school during the day, you're coaching after school.
Yeah.
And this is a full day, a lot of days.
Yes, it is. My day started at 7:30, and my day ended around 7.
My golly.
Except on game days, it'd be about 10 o'clock.
What did your family think of this kind of nonstop athletics?
Well, they fell right into it. My wife fell right into it. She'd come to the games. She'd be on the bus with us.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Randy and I didn't find those kind of wives. Just want you to know. They weren't
Put us under the bus, Greg.
oh my God. So God bless you for finding somebody who has that interest, man.
Yeah.
You were a team. Did you bring it home when you're out there coaching kids and you're having games, and they could be basketball, soccer, baseball. The game is over. It has a result, win or lose. Do you bring it home?
At times.
Yeah.
At times, but she was there with me.
Yeah. Oh, she usually went to the games?
Yeah, she went to all the games.
Did she do anything? Did she work outside being other than a home mother?
Yeah, she used to be the secretary for Dr. Foley, the dentist,
Oh, okay, sure.
for the 3 generations.
Oh my gosh, sure. Yeah, no, then there's, of course, there's the, that's Rachel Foley, right? Isn't Rachel?
Now, Jennifer Foley is now the dentist there. Used to be Jim, then Dr. Jim, his son. She worked for both of them, and then she also worked for Jennifer, who's now the dentist there, the same spot.
Wow, yeah. Is that related to the Foley lawyers, Albert Foley?
I don't know that.
I'm just curious.
David Foley I had in class.
Did you really?
He's the judge.
Trust me, I can't say it I have to kiss the ring, but it's his honor.
Yeah.
I can't even pronounce his name. It's his honor. Just talked to him today, ironically. We digress. So you're up now. You're in the world of coaching, of which is your life. Teaching, coaching. This is what you've launched for the rest of your professional career. Is being that. Coaching, I mean, this is just...
Yes, it has been.
Yeah.
It has been my life. Teaching and coaching has been my life.
I'm just reading, this is unbelievable. You started the JV baseball program at Fredonia. You headed that for 7 years before becoming the varsity coach. By the time the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame induction, you had won 302 wins in 20 years. Let me repeat that. 302 wins in 20 years, and in 1993 you joined Denny Mazzaros of Faulkner and Stuhlmiller with more than 300 wins. You're the winningest baseball coach in Fredonia history. You won 7 CCIAC crowns, 5 Section 6 Class B1 titles. I mean, it goes on. I mean, I'm getting exhausted reading everything you won. This is unbelievable. Was there in one sense you say, because people say, well, I had good students. I had good players. That's what coaches say. But the reality, you had to develop this system, so that it comes through kind of the Little League and it works its way up. Were you part of developing the system?
I developed my own.
Okay. Yeah. What was that? What was your system?
What
was the system?
Fundamentals. There were a lot of people. How do you teach baseball in the gym? That was tough, but we had our stations, and the gym was very important to us at the beginning of the year, in teaching of the fundamentals.
Mm-hmm.
When you get outside, you still teach them, but the basic teaching of fundamentals for us, because of the weather, the climate that we're in, was done in the early spring in the gym in March, when baseball for us began.
Did you meet with the other coaches in the Fredonia, Dunkirk area who were at the younger levels, just to have your system, the Pete Criscione system? I'd like you to use it at the younger level? No,
just the JV coach.
Okay.
Is our JV coach. We made sure that we were consistent. So we made sure that they had the same skills as they moved up. I didn't work with other people. Just my JV coach.
Yeah. So, how did you recruit players? Were they all kind of native to the area, or did you bring in any players from outside that were paying tuition so they could?
No, we didn't have that. It was strictly local people.
Yeah. Because that became,
Whoever it was that wanted to come out to try out, they came out and we accepted them.
yeah.
We didn't recruit.
Did you ever coach your brother David?
Oh yes, I had him on the rookies when he was 13. In fact, at the beginning of the seasons, when I was coaching the rookies, a lot of the kids, because there was mostly high school kids from Dunkirk, Fredonia, and Minzetti at that time, that I would take the better players from those three schools, and they would become part of the rookies. We were always the youngest team in that Great Belt League. And at the beginning of the season, most of the high school schools were still playing. Okay, so I got Stu Miller. I got from Stu Miller, Raj Moore, the fellow from Silver Creek, Kurt Raymond. I got other fellow coaches to play a game. David was only 13. Okay, so I'll just tell this one story. After this one game that we played, Roger had gone 0 for 3. He tells me after the game, we won the game, but he comes up to me and he says, "This was my last game. Don't ever ask me again. When a 13-year-old gets 3 hits and I get nut zip, I know it's time to retire."
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
But we had fun. So we had the other coaches in the area that I got to know, all played until the high school kids were eligible.
Right. Was it more challenging to coach your brother?
No, it wasn't challenging. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, did you? Yeah. Did he ever take advantage of you?
No.
Oh, okay. Now's the time to talk about it.
Yeah, nope.
Was he always a catcher?
I was all over the place. I caught, I played third, I played first, I played the outfield. I played a little wherever they wanted me.
Yeah. Well, sometimes if you're the coach and you can put yourself where you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's all that rookie league stuff. And did you coach Dave after the rookie league? Other than the rookie league, were there other?
No. He got drafted out of high school.
Right.
So outside of playing with the rookies, he was playing professional ball after that. He had a possible scholarship at the University of Miami, but he took the draft instead.
Did he ever give you tickets to go to the Orioles games?
You know he did. My wife and my 2 kids were with me when he hit that home run against Milwaukee.
So you were there.
I was there.
Well, we have some movies of that, and so talk about that. So Dave came in as a replacement, as I recall, wasn't it?
He came in for Ricky Skaggs in the 8th inning. The game went into extra innings, and he came up to bat, hit the game winner.
The batter now is Dave Criscione. Dave had a pretty good game yesterday with a couple of base hits. He had his first major league base hit. The pitch is down low for a ball. In the second game of the doubleheader, Criscione went 2 for 3. And the pitch is a high foul back up over the booth and out of play. 1 out and nobody on, bottom of the 11th inning. Criscione against the right-hander Sam Hines. The big fella throws. Here's a fly ball, well hit to left field. It's got a chance. It is going. Gone! Criscione wins the game for the Orioles with his first major league home run. The dugout empty. Everybody's on their feet. And the Birds, the no-name gang, have done it again. Believe me when I tell you, happiness is a name called Dave Criscione. Oh, you couldn't believe the way this youngster is behaving on his way to the dugout. And then he turns to face the crowd and says thank you. Jumped up and down, ran in place. He hit his first Major League home run into the seats in the left field corner. And the Orioles have beaten the Milwaukee Brewers by a score of 4-3. Some members of the Oriole bullpen crew have gone over and gotten the baseball from the spectators who caught it over there and given them an exchange of baseballs. They would have given them 2 for 1 if it was necessary. But Vince, what an ending to a ball game. That's it. In 11 innings, the Orioles beat Milwaukee 4-3. Vince will be back with a recap for you in just one.
So after the game,
So if we had a video of you at that moment when he hits the ball, what would you be looking at?
I'd be standing up and screaming, and so were the kids and my wife. Peter and I were able to go in the locker room after my son Peter. When in the locker room after, he was only 7 years old at the time. I was sitting closer than I am to you to Brooks Robinson. Well, the reporters were all, you got a rookie that just hit a game winner in extra innings. And his locker was filled with reporters. So Brooks says, you like something to drink? And he went and got us a pop for my kid and for me. And we sat and chatted.
Wow.
With Brooks Robinson, and that was exciting.
I would think so. My golly, what a thrill! What a thrill! Wow, that's a great story. And did you otherwise kind of follow Dave? Was it more sporting news type stuff, or did he call home every other week? How was the communication?
I'd be getting reports all the time. From David, if he didn't send anything to me, he talked to my parents, and I got it from them, and we went to every place that we could get to.
Why, like Rochester and stuff like that?
Yeah. We saw him in Jamestown when he played for Geneva, and we saw him down in Pittsfield.
As he's going through that process, did he ever call home and say, "Hey, big brother, I'm going through a slump. You have any ideas?"
No. That was never a problem. I mean, he always was a hitter.
Yeah.
As I told the guys when he got inducted, when I was still playing, and we were over in Stockton, and I was up to bat. My dad was there, and my mother, and my brother was just a little kid at the time when I was playing with the rookies, and I hit one foul. Wow! And I heard the fans like, "Wow!" I hit another foul ball, but it didn't go as far, and they were going, "Wow!" I looked over. There was my dad throwing to my brother. I think he had to be about 5, 6 years old, if that, and he was whacking them all over the place, and that's what the fans were going wow about, not about me.
That's a great story. That's a great story. But all through this time, you are coaching. You got to be probably just statistically probably one of the winningest coaches ever.
That I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, do you ever think about that? Do you ever think about some of the players and the experiences and stuff like that?
Oh, I think of the players a lot, the players that I used to have. But the wins came, and when wins go. You don't go back. You think about certain games, certain plays, etc. The first sectional playoff win that I had, I remember that vividly because we weren't hitting the ball. We're down 2-1, and we're in the bottom of the 7th inning. And the first man up for us hits a triple. We hadn't been hitting it. We're down 1-0 or something like this, and we got a man over at third base. I said, okay, let's put the suicide on. Okay. Strike 1, he fouled it off. Strike 2, he fouled it off. There's nobody out. I gambled. Put it on with 2 strikes. Laid it down, we scored the tying run. Okay, so then we bunted again. to get the man over to second. He beats it out at first base. Now we got first and second. Bunted again, got the bases loaded. Okay, but with the bases loaded, they called time. He made it out again. They went up and they went out and talked to their pitcher, and I was talking to my two batters. And I even remember the two batters that were up. The batter that was up was Tom Barisi. Was the batter that was up. The batter to follow was Criscione. He was a good bunter. So I told Tom, you're going to hit away. We got nobody out, and the bases are loaded. And that's the winning run over there. You're hitting away. If we don't get it, then you're going to suicide on all 3 strikes. They didn't even get the ball over the plate. We walked them. And we won our first, that was our first sectional playoff win.
There you go. A walk-off walk.
Yeah.
Oh, golly. Oh, golly. Are there other games like that you kind of remember, the highlight reel?
Yeah.
Great Ghost. Williamsville.
What's that?
Williamsville.
The game at Williamsville?
The game that you beat Williamsville. And the coach was in the stands with the scouts.
I've forgotten now.
He was getting the lineup for the next game.
Oh yeah, that I remember that, but that was just something that sort of angered me.
He assumed he was going to win.
Huh?
He assumed he was going to win.
Yeah, he was also getting things set up for the following game, and as that one was going up to the press box, that's what he was talking about, is what he was going to do the next game. So I used that as like bulletin board material with the guys, and got them up, and we ended up winning the game.
That feels good.
Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't have to worry about the next game.
No.
That's another great story. That's another great story. So when do you get together with some of the coffee? Do you have coffee clutches and go to Tim Hortons or go, see the old guys and talk at all?
No, I don't go any places where the guys have gotten together. They've come to the house a few times. We sat in the backyard having pop and stuff a few times, but no, not really. We haven't gone places to where I got together with them. Been invited to reunions that the whole school had, but nothing specific.
Well, you're a very good speaker. I mean, we captured that on film with you introducing David at the Sports Hall of Fame. I mean, you're very articulate, very funny, and you've got a good sense of humor.
Oh, thank you.
You've crafted your art well. You've done a good job.
Thank you.
Is there a Pete Criscione legacy in all of this?
There's no legacy. I did my job. I don't know. What legacy do I have to have?
That's a good one. You did your job and you did it well.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, because your name keeps popping up, about Coach Criscione, and it's clear in the statistics. But that doesn't tell a story. Wins and losses, that's great, but it's how you impressed your players and what that meant to them later on.
Yeah, they once in a while, I still get some kids that stop over to see me. Sometimes I meet them in places that you wouldn't believe. I met her at a wedding that I was at. I had a kid come up to me, Mr. Criscione. I looked at him, didn't recognize him. It was a kid that went to the state. The final team that I had. The kid had gone to the States with me. Dan was at Mijwa. He was a catcher of mine.
I see in your resume the fact that you played baseball for Cooks Cook's Brewery. Just ironically, we're talking about Cook's Brewing Holiday Beer.
Yeah, well, they had that was a rival team that we had in the Dunkirk, Fredonia areas. It was there used to be the Fredonia Concords, there used to the Dunkirk Cooks, the Dunkirk Fredonia Rookies, and the Cooks team played in the Jamestown City League, and so there was no rule against me now playing for them. And Johnny Christopher, who was coaching the Cooks team, asked if I'd play some games for them also. So I played with them for several games.
Through my business with the attorney, as attorney, we did a lot of work for Cook's Beer and the family, the John Cook and stuff, way back when, you know, and Cook's, the brewery up there.
I didn't do any work for him.
No, you just played baseball, made him look good.
Oh.
That's even better. This is great. David, what's the question I should be asking your brother? Anything personal that I should be asking?
My daughter's a nurse, and she just retired, and she lives down in Herndon, Virginia. My son was MVP in soccer, basketball, and baseball his senior season in high school. He got a scholarship for baseball to Longwood College, and upon graduation, he went to work for Owens and Minor down in the Richmond area, and he's been with them ever since. Owens and Minor was sold a couple of times since, but he's been with that company since he graduated from college in 1990. So he's still there.
Great. You have any grandkids?
My son has 3 kids, and my daughter has three kids. My daughter's got Kristen, Kelly, and Michael, and my son has three girls. He has Olivia, Emma, and Gabrielle. Gabrielle graduated from VMI and is now teaching and coaching she's coaching girls soccer down in Texas.
Wow. You passed the test. You came up with all 6 names without a pause, hesitation. You get credit. Watch this on the film. Unbelievable. You get a big attaboy.
Okay.
Attaboy. That's great. Well, thank you. What's the question I should have been asking you? You're driving down with your brother today, and nice blue sky, and probably talking back and forth, and you're probably wondering, maybe, that what Greg would ask you, and I haven't. What's the question you think I should have asked you?
I asked him that. I asked him what he asked you, and he this is going to be the same things that you talk about all the time.
You're looking for something new, you know, like how's the politics, you know, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. This is extra effort. I know you came down here today, and I appreciate David acting as your valet.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, this was terrific, and we caught a good day, good weather day.
Yes, we did.
Yep. And we look forward to our next get-together when you're wearing the Tarp Skunks hat again.
Our next time will be in February.
February, okay, there we go, perfect. Thanks so much, Pete.
Okay, thank you.